Yeah. What's up, guys? Another episode of Stick Talk. I always want to do some cool intro, like Stick Talk, Tick Talk. You know what I'm saying? Like
you actually got the stick figure there, bro.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody keeps saying, who's the guest? And I'm like, bro, the guest is Billy Bob. I'm not going to lie to you. You know who today's guest is? It's a special guest, man. It's a special guest. And I think everybody watching live right now would be really excited. I'm freeing Jay. Jay's the guest. I thought it was finally time to free Jay. I had to, bro. I had to free you, bro, because these dudes were going crazy, bro. They keep saying free Jay. So I said,
don't know
listen,
why.
I just got to give Jay the spotlight. And I'm gonna let you just go, bro. I'm gonna let you be you in your natural environment.
I'm always in my natural environment, bro.
Really, mine's in the kitchen. I'm gonna keep it.
That's the second place that I hang out at, to be fair. All by myself.
For everybody listening on Apple Music and on Spotify, you already know, man, the live stream is already going nuts with the free Jays. This is what happens consistently every single week, so I had to free him. Could have brought on, I know Run the Foot Market Nick wants to make another appearance. I've already talked to Zway back, and there's a lot of awesome guests that want to come, but, I had to free you, bro. I had to let you just get finally your episode.
I'm kind of nervous now, bro.
Nah,
like
man.
you can't put the spotlight on me alone, bro.
From co-host to guest, only W's if you ask me. Hey, real quick before we go any further, got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Yeah, we got to clap. Well, yeah. You are a terrible guest, by the way. You are shit and you are fired. Hey,
what
man.
Do you mean? What did I don't even know. Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
Big ups to G Fuel. Use code G Fuel. Use code AA9. Not G Fuel. Use code AA9 at checkout, man. Pick up your G Fuel.
You're a horrible host.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is my favorite flavor, but I ran out, dude.
Is it empty? Are you showing an empty case right now?
No. There's a little bit left, but what I like to do is I lick my finger and I put it in there and I dunk. Is that weird?
Yeah, that's really weird, bro.
But it's my favorite flavor. I still drink the other ones because I like the other ones, but this is my favorite flavor, so I just dunk and stuff like that. Anyways, I know I got a lot of homies from the UK listening, and I do want to say this, and this is very important because the next sponsor coming in is the big boys Midnight. Big ups to Midnight for sponsoring today's podcast. Before I say this, I gotta let you guys know this is 18 and older. 18 and older. That doesn't mean 17, 16, 15, 18 and older. Big ups to Midnight for sponsoring today's stream. If you guys sign up right now, you get $10 for some free betting over there in the UK. You can bet on all kinds of amazing stuff. Like you could bet on League of Legends games, CSGO games, Dota games, COD games, FIFA games, esports games. So if you want to get involved in any of that great stuff, the link will be in the description of everything. Head over to Midnight and get involved in some of that. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. We don't really got much of that over here.
No. Well, I mean, it's the laws here, right? Like the gambling laws are a little bit, it's certain states.
Would you do it? Like, would you? Because I would be pretty big.
I don't know if I'd bet on more like esports stuff, but I'd definitely bet on like actual games, like, regular football games in America. Yeah.
All of them do it. All of them always talk about it. Like, I remember when we were in Portugal, you could bet on like the Benfica games. By going to like the regular stores, you could just bet. But anyways, big ups to Midnight for sponsoring today's stream. And being involved. In a bit, we will run a little video trailer for the boys.
The problem is I feel like you would lose a lot. Your predictions are usually pretty bad.
I'm glad you said that.
You're like really bad.
I want to jump right into it. And before I even say anything about how big my football ego is, because I'm actually a football genius. And today, you know who the guest is today? And I've wanted to do this. I wanted to bring a view on as the guest.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but I'm just afraid when he comes on, he's like, "What's up, gordito, 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 gordito?"
Yeah, he's gonna call you names the whole time.
I want to bring someone. I want to bring someone like a Manu or a Sal. They're like constant listeners of the stream and of the podcast, and I want to bring them on and talk and Nike and stuff. But anyways, we'll get them involved, right? But I want to bring Chelsea before we go into Team of the Year.
I want to talk about that a lot as well. The EPL is a little strange right now.
Let me tell you what we're talking about. I'll free you, hey Jay. Let me free you.
You said I was the guest. I can talk.
Not yet. I'm a free. I gotta ask you the question, and then you go. This is how this. This is why I can't free you, bro. This is why we can't have nice things. I can't bring you nowhere, bro. You know when you have that guy in the friend group that you can't take nowhere? You're that guy, bro.
You're that guy, dude.
I'm gonna hit you with the question.
Okay, hit me with the question.
All right. Back to before I got rudely interrupted by my guest slash co-host. That's trash. Can I fire him and get a new one? Nike, would you like to be? Anyways, listen. So. We're gonna talk about Chelsea in the EPL. We're also gonna talk about Team of the Year, aka Team of the Flop. Okay,
yep, I agree.
And we're also gonna talk about this new patch. And we're going to talk about all the crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people saying who will be the next guest on stuff. We have a lot of people lined up, like Castro, like Run the Foot Market Nick. I don't want to just start throwing names out there, but I know a lot of people
hopefully
that want
Zway too. Zway would be
big
cool.
boy Zway. Yep, there's a lot of people we've talked to, man. So we'll get involved in all that. But I bring you, Jay, because I'm gonna be able to be like, I told you so in a minute. How do you feel about Chelsea? Talk your shit.
Chelsea is actually looking pretty good, bro. I like the fact that I thought they had to give Lampard a little bit more time, to be fair, because of COVID and whatnot. But the manager switch is doing well for them. They're undefeated in the last 3 games or whatever.
Yeah, 2 wins, 1 draw. 2 wins, 1 draw.
They're looking pretty good. They're not conceding goals. The players, even in the interviews and stuff, look like they actually believe in this manager, which I don't think they believed in Lampard. But I still kind of feel like, I don't know if he lost the locker room or they just didn't believe in his system. I think, like, with COVID going on, bro, I think managers need a little bit more time. That being said, though, I want Jorge Jesus fired at Benfica. But that's just me. But yeah, that's where I'm going. I like the direction that Chelsea's going in under the new manager.
Can I say I said so? Can I say it? Hey,
no,
listen. Everybody listen live. You can go ahead and give me the W spam. Everybody on Apple Music, Spotify. Matter of fact, hey, if you're watching this live, you got to go to Spotify, Apple Music. You got to rate us. You got to do all that crazy stuff for us. So I help the boys out. Listen, I said this. I love Lampard. I think Lampard is one of the GOAT players. He's goated. I liked him. Him and Stevie G. Okay, but listen, let me explain what I'm gonna say to you. And I said this, and I said this live on this podcast. I said it on my stream. I think Nep was on when I said it. And you know what I said? I said this. Lampard was fantastic when he couldn't buy players. The moment egos came in, you could tell he wasn't ready for the prime time yet. This guy that just came in, he's coming from coaching Neymar. He's coming from coaching Mbappe. He knows how to deal with egos, man. Football's not just about football, bro. It's about dealing with people. Jay, when you take a group of men that all of them are millionaires, you know what I mean? Men in general come with, they just think they got the biggest balls in the room. W, if y'all agree. All right. Yeah. So now you got the biggest balls in the room. They all making a stupid amount of money. A lot of them were the new guys they brought in, the best players at their team. Timo Werner comes in, best player. Havertz comes in, best player from his team. You're bringing in a bunch of different egos that at one point were the guy. Now you're not because you're playing with Conte. You know what I mean? Thiago Silva comes in from PSG, who you can go on an endless amount of shit that this guy's won. So you got all these different egos, and there has to be one guy who brings it all together. And I don't think Lampard could do it. I don't think he was built for that yet.
Can I be real? I think this manager is babying his players. Like, just like in his interviews and stuff, of course you have to talk, you're a brand new manager coming in. You want them to follow your ideas. But I feel like and dude, we've talked about this before, like even at Benfica before, there's players that have to be babied. These egos are egos. They're huge. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of players, especially younger players, need to be babied. And I think this man is babying his players, which is smart because they're getting they're getting the results that they need right now. They need to be scoring more goals. I mean, it was off of Pen. Yeah. And that's also on Spurs not really having a center back, playing Dyer as center back. I don't agree with that.
I don't want to. I'm gonna listen. First of all, for the people listening right now, my Chelsea guys, what is it, man? Is that a W or now? And if you're on Apple Music and on Spotify, you obviously can't tell me the W or yo. But I want you right now in your bedroom while you're listening to this, or on the bus or wherever you are. Maybe you're next to your girl and you have your headphones on because you don't want her to know that you're listening to a football thing, and you just scream W. And if she looks at you weird, you look back at her and you say W. But I think it's time for. Wait, where was I going with that? I started thinking about
center back.
Oh yeah, the excuses got to end, man. I'm
not giving excuses. This is the thing I was gonna say. I'm not giving excuses because Spurs has a really, really deep squad. I'm not even I think they have one of the deeper squads in the league. Yeah. Again, their players aren't performing. I just don't think they have. I don't think they have the players to play those positions. I don't think.
Can I say something? It's not the manager. It ain't the manager. No, you've gone through 2 different managers. And when you lose a key player, you lose it all. And I said this on my stream the other day, and I said, wait, before we go to Spurs, because I personally think this, man. I think that team is too heavily built around Harry Kane. And we'll go back to that conversation in a minute. I think if there's no Harry, there's no nothing. But we go back to Chelsea, right? Timo Werner kind of swings out to the left, right? He starts playing a little bit better. You beat Leicester City. Actually, I don't think he came in for the Leicester City game, right? Maybe he did come in for the Leicester City game. Maybe he came in with a 2-0 victory against Leicester City. I'm not sure if he did. I think he drew against Wolves. He beat Burnley and he beat Spurs. So you look at that and you're like, all right, it's not the crazy of teams. The Wolves game's not an easy game. The Spurs game, regardless of not having Harry Kane, is not an easy game. But it's the amount of football they're playing, right? I think in that draw that they had, they completed like almost 900 passes in one game.
Yeah,
I think, wasn't it like 800 and something completed passes? Or am I crazy?
I don't know. I don't know the stats because I didn't look at the passes, but I really feel like, you know what's funny is I really think that Werner's a baby. Listen, don't. It's like his confidence isn't there. Do you see every time he like tries to shoot or he misses an opportunity? Like it's the same thing in like at Benfica when you see like Stefanovic and all these other players. Like, dude, if he's not scoring, that man needs to get his confidence, bro. Because once that man gets his confidence, I feel like Chelsea's going to be deadly.
But that's what I'm saying, Jay. Of like I don't think Lampard. So I think Lampard comes from an era. Now I'm going to talk about. I'm gonna flip this, but I listened to a story. And it was actually our coach, Jorge Jesus. This was before he coached Benfica when he was down in Brazil. And I want to tell this story really quickly, and I want to get your opinion on it. So he was talking about in Brazil how he can't bring what he used to do to Europe anymore. This was before he signed for Benfica for the second time. And everybody at the thing, because he was doing like a thing, and they were like, what are you talking about? So he talked about this story there. Do you remember that Luis Felipe guy? The left back, I think he was, with the long hair. He played for Atletico Madrid. Was it Luis Felipe? He played for Atletico Madrid for a long time. He was Brazilian. He had the long hair.
Yeah. Brazil. I know exactly. Center back or...
I think he was a left back. I think he was a left back. Left back. Okay. So I guess in Brazil, he played for Flamengo. And I think that was the player he was talking about. But he was kind of like having this story where like, he wasn't in the locker room. He was kind of like away, but he saw it. And there was the young dudes weren't doing the exercise. And the older guys walked up and said, yo, what are you doing? Like, do the exercise. And they started doing that. And then he said, if a player did that in Europe, that the players right now would go to social media. Like if, let's say like a Lampard, when he was a player, walked up to, back in the day when he played, he probably walked up to a younger dude, was like, yo, do what you got to do. Stop being a bitch, work. Yeah. And they would take it and do it. But now they're like, yo, bro, he said like nowadays they'd be like, yo, I'm a millionaire, bro. What the fuck you talking to me like that for?
I think the era that we live in and with social media and people being late, dude, you could talk about a lot of players, right? Like we saw the documentary with Spurs, and I know I'm going back to Spurs, but just that one comment, right? Like Dele Alli was a beast for one season, and then he just fell off. Why? Because he's lazy, right? He doesn't want to put in the work.
That's what they call him, right? They say he's lazy.
Yeah, he say he's lazy. He doesn't want to train. He doesn't want to work. So I think players get money, and they're so baby nowadays. Like, dude, I feel like back in the day, and this you back and forth. Maybe I just feel like people were like they worked, and now people don't want to work. So they want to get paid and not do the work. They don't have the belief in.
So is that Lampard's downfall? Do you think he comes from an era where like you come from like Stevie G? These were players that they went into tackles like, bro, like their life depended on. These are players that like they came up in a different era. If he brings that type of energy to Havertz or to a Timo Werner, who was the number one players in their leagues or their teams in their leagues, does that like start to, you know what I mean? Is that the reason? That's what I thought it was.
That's what I believe happened, right? That's what I said. Like the new manager now seems like he's babying the players. I feel like the newer, younger players have to be babied. Otherwise, they don't want to play. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
I feel it. Maybe that's it. We don't know because we're not in there, but that could be a possibility.
Lampard seems like he doesn't take shit, bro. Like I'm being real with you, even in his interviews. He looks like if he's not happy with you, he'll let you know. And some people just... I feel like a lot of players, man, are just being babied, and that's just the generation in general. Like I feel like everybody nowadays is being babied.
Even when you look at Klopp, the relationship he has with the players doesn't look like a manager. It looks like it's a friend.
No, he looks like dude. And I love the energy that Klopp brings when his players come off. I don't know if you saw the game. Milner came off, right? Because like he didn't have the team set up, and when Milner came off, they scored a goal, right? But like he looked mad, and what did he do right away? The manager, and this is an older guy, right? This is an older player. He pulled him right to the side, right there on the thing, and let him know the reason why he was doing it. Because he knows you piss off him, he's then going to go. You can make that toxicity goes into the team, and that messes the dynamic. He's literally, like you said, he's like a friend or like a dad or something to players. I love the energy he brings, but
you think that's the wave now? You think that's the wave of like, because you're seeing a flop in Jorge Jesus. We're seeing a flop in Mourinho. We're seeing a flop in a lot of the old school managers.
I feel like the tactics, Mourinho, like he seems like he's babying his players too. If you listen to his interviews, like he's not being the Mourinho from back in the day. Again, confidence there. He's not winning, so he can't be that guy, right? He can't be talking all that crap that he used to. Like in his interviews, he's like, oh yeah, I'm happy with the guys in the second half, not happy in the first half. Like he's trying to get their morale up and stuff. But
because I don't see Guardiola being the type of guy that like goes in out, because the team he coached, he just didn't come up that way. There's no way he walked into the room and said, yo, Xavi, You
No.
Iniesta.
You can
You
see it
playing like shit. There's no way that he
No.
probably walked in there and was like, "Hey, yo, Xavi, Messi, listen, you think you could just make one more pass here for me, buddy?
Yeah,
Like just
that's-
one more, you know what I mean? Like
if you watch, I don't know how many documentaries you watch. I've watched them all, bro. I've watched the Spurs, I've watched the Man City, and legitimately, I could never be a coach because if my team's playing like shit, I'm going in there and I'm like, look, man, play better or get the fuck out of here. Like I'm gonna be mean,
same.
right? Like I'm gonna be like, bitch, play.
There's
Otherwise,
too much emotion there, yo. And that's the thing. That's the thing about Lampard, Jay. I could never coach Benfica. Because if I walked in the locker room after a second half they played against Sporting, I'd probably start uppercutting people. I'd be like, yo, Tarat, you want to make a pass? Take one of these.
Exactly.
Oh, hey,
exactly.
Good man. You lost. Take one of these. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And just start uppercutting people. And hey, Lampard's a pure blue. That's a blue in and out, bro. That man will drag his body through the grass and do what he has to do to win a game. And do you think there was just too much of the passion and love for Chelsea?
I think he's probably too hard on his players on what he wanted from them. He spent so much money, so much pressure on him, so that's going to affect him as well. Like new manager coming in, bro. Yeah. He has no pressure, right? Like, okay, he got fired, whatever. Now he's here. There's no pressure. He hasn't bought anybody. He hasn't done anything. He has to now change the mentality of what's there. Yeah. So he's in a clear. Lampard was dude. He wasted 200,000 euros? And I mean, euros, I think it was, and literally did nothing with the team. That team, and again, you need to give a manager a couple of months, no preseason that has an effect on everything as well. He spent so much and he was doing so poorly. This manager has no pressure, bro. He's coming in, changing up the ideas, changing up the play, trying different things, and again, trying to get players with confidence again. But that Chelsea team should be doing, under Lampard or whoever, should be doing better than what they've been doing, I think. Anyway,
why is everybody freaking out? Did you say 200,000 or 200 million? I think you said 200,000.
I might have said
200 million. Yeah, 200. Look at Jay talking his shit, bro. Look at you talking your football shit, man. I like it. Nah, man, I think we touched on a lot of it. I think with Spurs, I said this yesterday on my live stream, and I'll say it again. And I know a lot of the people in the live are going to give me an L for this, but I think it might be a time where you let Harry Kane go. And not because Harry Kane's not one of the best number 9, he's the best number 9 in the Prem, in my opinion, but not one of the best number 9s in the world. The team's too heavily rotated around this team. And I think you got to sell him. And I think you got to listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. This team you get stuck in a phase. And it's the same thing as Benfica, bro. They've been trying for the last 3 years to make it work with the same players. And I think that Son and Harry Kane are amazing. And he's unbelievably great. But if you can get a stupid amount of money for him and change a back line and go a different direction, I think maybe you do, because it's been 2 years now off of injuries, maybe 3 years off of injuries, and the team completely flops when it happens. So there needs to come a point. Vinicius is not your answer. This guy's not your answer. That guy's not your answer. Your back line is your answer. You have no back line, and you have a number 9 that's fantastic, but the whole team rotates way too much around him.
I agree. The problem, I think, with Spurs, and I talked about this in my live stream a couple days ago, without Harry Kane. Like, Harry Kane is doing everything. He's scoring goals, creating opportunities, like, the creation with Son, and then leaving him to make the runs. There's no player, right? I'm sorry, Lamella has his like moments where he looks pretty good, but there's no creative player on Spurs without Harry Kane. That's where I think the biggest issue. I think
Son's
Spurs,
creative. Son's super creative.
Not in the midfield, right? Like, there's nobody in that midfield, and this is the thing in football now.
Jay,
I feel
Eric Dyer's their midfielder.
No, but listen to what I'm saying. Like, I think Cam's, right? Creative players in the midfield is dwindling down in football, which is horrible, and it's making the game very, very boring to watch. And that being said, Dyer, a midfielder, is now playing center back. They need a creative player in the midfield, and they need a proper center back.
But they had one, Eriksson.
Yeah, but he left. Like, whatever happened,
to go ride a bench.
Yeah,
he doesn't play over there. So it's one of those things where it's like, bro, I think there's more to it. And I'm gonna give you a quick example. In this day and age, I don't think you can win the Premier League without a world-class center back. And the reason I say that,
I agree.
Liverpool, VVD, they fell apart. Man City bringing a guy, Ruben Diaz, who honestly I didn't even think he was that good at
I
Benfica.
knew it, bro.
You did. I thought he was great at Benfica. I didn't think he was this. This man is ridiculous. So bang, you bring him in. This is the reason I don't see, as good as United's playing, winning the league. I don't believe in that back line. I don't.
Man U's back line?
I don't believe in it, bro.
I don't believe in it either.
There's nobody I look at and I go, okay, there's a VVD type, there's a Ruben D. There's nobody there that looks like it's gonna take that energy and be that guy. Can they win the league? 100%. But are they? Who's their rock, bro? And I have a hard time saying it's Harry Maguire. But who's their rock? Who's their one guy? Because that's what it's been coming down to, bro. Like these leagues have been coming down to. Even when Leicester won it, it was a crazy, awesome center defensive mid and a really good back line playing at the time. It seems like back lines are huge, and I only think that but even like, dude, even more not because Guardiola won that when Guardiola won the league with City the first time. Who was his back line? I forget who was that. Oh wait, no, wait a minute.
Didn't he have Stones playing?
Now hold on. I think he did have center backs. When Man City first won it, they had that dude Lescott. They had Company when they first won it, and I think when Guardiola got there, Company was there. That's what I'm saying. Company's a ridiculous center back.
That's what I'm trying to say. They've been trying to fill the void from Company since Company got hurt, and then he moved on and whatever. Now I think he's coaching or whatnot. And now Ruben Diaz has completely changed that back line
completely.
And that's what I'm saying. Man U, like we could talk about the top teams. I think these players, like I think Thiago Silva for Chelsea was supposed to be that guy. Come in and make that back line solid. They have an incredible. If you look at Chelsea's team, it's insane, bro. It should be at the top of the league, no problem. Maybe fighting with if Liverpool has a full squad and everybody's healthy, fighting with Liverpool for top spot. Yeah. Man U, if it wasn't a COVID season, everybody had a preseason. And the injuries weren't, it's football. Injuries are going to happen. I feel like Man U wouldn't be where they're at. Are they doing well? Dude, congrats to them. They're doing incredibly well.
Yeah. They got a shot. They got a shot.
They do under the circumstances. But I don't think Lindelof, Eric Bailly, Maguire, I don't even think Dellas has been doing well for them because Shaw's been playing for them.
Nah, Luke Shaw's been incredible, though. Luke Shaw
has stepped it up for real.
Luke Shaw's been amazing player. I will say this. What's that?
It's because he has competition now. He has Dallas to take his spot.
I think he was already playing pretty well but I will say this. I'll go back to Spurs because that's what we were talking about, right? And now that I officially got to see, and I know he's old, I got to see Vertonghen play every game this year for Benfica. Spurs were never winning the league with that guy.
Nope.
The Spurs were never gonna win the league with that guy. And I look at that and I say, well, if that's what they've had for the past few years, I know he's a good center back, but he's just not that center back, bro.
I mean, he also is now aged, right? Like,
okay, 100% it's age, but still, Jay, like, there's a lot of players that play. Thiago Silva's playing with age. There's a lot of Ramos is 30. How old? 30 what? 36?
Gonna turn 36, maybe.
Sergio Ramos is old and he's still playing.
I don't know.
Rumors he might go to United.
Yeah, if he goes to United, bro, that would actually be pretty sick to watch. It'll be good for FIFA. Let's be honest. It'll be good for FIFA.
I just think, as hard as it is to say this, bro, I think that there comes a time where I'll never forget the day that Benfica let Gaetan go. Gaetan was what made us TikTok for years. And I knew there was a time where it's time to let him go. Now, Gaetan and Harry Kane are completely different players. But I think there has to come a time where Spurs are going to have to do two things. They can continue to be in this place and have a player that's valued at that much money, or they can attempt to sell that player and try to put a team with more talent around the pitch rather than just this one unbelievably insane talented player and then Son. And because when you look at that team, there's too many gaps.
There's a lot of problems in this. They have a huge squad, bro, but so many I don't know if players.
Is it really huge?
I mean, they have a bench, bro. Like I understand that you can't replace Son or Harry Kane on that team, but their bench is freaking massive, bro. The only spot that they honestly, if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be Sanchez and who's their back line supposed to be?
I think Sanchez, I would take
who's the other guy, bro?
I think I would take United over Spurs. Starting 11, bro. Not even starting 11. Their entire team. Not because not because of where they are on the table. I would dead ass take that team over Spurs, bro, because I don't see any type of back line for Spurs. I'm not rocking Eric Dyer at center back.
No, I agree with you 100%. I actually thought they were going to get somebody like this is what I thought was going to happen because Mourinho's been able to get players at Spurs, right? Also, let's talk about this real quick before I even say that. They brought in Bale. I don't know if he wanted Bale or if the president just brought him in. I've heard like this thing, like a gift for Mourinho. Like Bale is ass, bro. I don't understand, or just give him minutes or something because there's nothing there. Lucas as well, not doing anything for the team. Like there's creative players, bro, on that team that are not performing. Also could be manager, bro. Maybe Spurs, and I thought about this after the game. Maybe Spurs, I know they brought this man in to win trophies, and he's looking, if you watch his last interview or his flash interview, I don't even think he cares about the Prem. Right? He's like, oh, we'll figure out what's going to happen at the end. We'll be where we need to be. That doesn't make any sense. You want Champions League football, unless he's only working now for the Europa League, what's the Europa League? He's trying to win trophies, bro. All he's worried about right now is legitimately the cup game, and he's happy that
because they need trophies. They do need trophies, but I said this multiple times, and I'll say it again as a Benfica fan, and I used to tell this to my dad all the time. I used to say, before we worry about winning outside of Portugal, let's win Portugal. And I'm for Spurs, before you worry about winning the Prem, let's get some trophies. Let's get some trophies. Let's get some trophies. Stop worrying about wearing the Prem. Let's get some trophies. No matter where they come from, let's get some trophies and the Prem will come. You need to start building a winning mentality. You need that, bro. You need that winning mentality. The reason I said I would take United over Spurs is I see players that are hungry.
Yeah, they want to play. They want to win.
I see McSauce. The dude wants to play. The dude is fighting to
Scotty
play.
Plays. Hey, yo, I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of the year, they were playing Paul at CDM. Now they're playing Scotty over Paul Pogba. And that's one player. I've been saying this for years, and me and you, I think, both agree on this. Paul should have left a long time ago, bro. He shouldn't be on that squad. They could take that money and improve.
Yeah, but he's being used now. Now he's being used.
No, he's being used, but the way he was being used at the beginning, like this Scotty kid, he's actually impressive. I like the kid a lot.
I will say this, bro. I will say this. I give Ali a lot of shit, and I still don't think he's the manager for United.
I don't either, but
I think. But let me say something. I think he's a great manager because he's gotten a lot out of this squad, and he's getting a lot out of this squad, and he's making a really good squad.
Dude, if you're talking about back line, I think their back line is horrible. They got
a really good squad.
Bro, they need a right wing and they need a better center back. Their
really good squad.
They have a nice squad. They need two positions.
Who's their number 9?
Cavani? It's supposed to be Martial, and he's like, but I'm talking about
on number 9.
He's supposed to be.
They have good players. I don't think they have like a fully worked out.
They have a better creative
Cavani's
squad.
old. Cavani's old. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's a full, like, well put together squad. There's a lot of players being thrown in certain positions to make it work. You know what I'm saying? They've invested a lot of stupid money. And why I say that is because you could have wasted Alex Telles money on a center back or even a striker. That's a really bad buy. You're very lucky that Greenwood is good. You know what I mean? Dude can start. Dude can come off the bench. The dude's a good player. You know what I mean? They have really good players that can fill gaps and play in multiple positions. That's what I'll give them. And they have players that are playing hard. Bruno brought a running mentality. McSauce wants to play. You can see it even looks like Pogba found a hunger again to just play. And I will say, Ali, I think, put that in them, that just hunger to want to play. Because I do think,
or maybe it's just social media, bro. Because let's be honest, man, if I was a player right now and I get on social media and dude, as some of these younger guys watch streamers and dude, all we do, except for maybe a couple, at least I know I do, I just shit talk the hell out of United, right? I do. That's what I do. I do it because like the way they were back in the day. It's not because I hate United. It's because I just do it just because it's fun, right? Because I love trolling. But United, in my opinion, need two positions. They need a proper center back and they need a proper right wing. They have a lot of players that are playing positions to fill, like you said, but if they get a proper right wing, and I don't think Sancho was the guy for them, and that probably worked out for United not getting Sancho over the summer. But if they would have taken, dude, 80 million, I'll still continue 80 million for a Maguire, bro, when you could have probably got a Koulibaly, or at the time Thiago Silva from PS. Like, you could have made moves. That much money could have fixed the whole team, or fixed the problems that they have, right? I feel like they have, but when you look at Spurs, dude, more creativity comes, and the purchase of Bruno helps.
Yeah.
They have more creativity on United. They're scoring goals, right? And Spurs is the opposite. No creativity. They have players that can play the positions. In my opinion, without Harry Kane, there's like, even Son, he tries, but without Harry Kane, there's nothing happening there, bro. There's no creativity in that midfield.
What are we're guys watching live? We're about halfway through the Prem. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, and I'm gonna go down the list, right?
Okay.
Man United, shit. Leicester, great. Liverpool, shit. West Ham, shit. Chelsea, shit. Everton, shit. Spurs, shit. Aston Villa, good season. Arsenal, shit. Now, you're probably saying, why the hell would you ever say that to me? You go back to any season. These points that teams are putting up,
it's really
this
bad.
is not even close.
It's
to
COVID.
a Premier League season, right?
No.
So every team has underperformed. Every big team has massively underperformed. It's not even a question of yes or no. They've all underperformed. Every single one of them. Maybe City's in some form now, but if this if with the points that are happening right now, you're gonna win the league on 80 points. When's the last time the league's been won on 80 points?
5 years.
Does anybody know?
6 years ago, I think.
When's the last time it's ended? Dude, it's been a long time, bro. Like a couple years back, last year was 99 points. The year before that was 98 points. You go back to 18. West Ham's not doing good, but you guys know. You go back to 18, that was 100 points that were put up. You go back to the 17 season, 93 points were put up. You go back to 2016, I think that's when Leicester finally won it with 81 points. And that was a disaster of a season. Remember that year? Everybody was a disaster except for Leicester. No team could go on the wins. So I'm not saying that United's bad or this or that. I think in a normal league, would this team be in this position? I don't know. But it doesn't matter because Ali's getting it through. He's getting it. It doesn't matter how you win it. It's a season. It's happening.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying, if this was a normal season without, the COVID or whatever, I feel like Man U wouldn't be in second place. That being said, if it was like, you don't know what would happen if Liverpool had all their players. The one thing I will say, and I actually wanted to talk to you about this, and maybe, have you been looking at Arsenal and these red cards in the Prem?
It's terrible. It's terrible, bro.
These VAR calls have been unbelievable, and I feel like a lot of teams are getting I don't want to say help, but it seems like they're getting help with these damn VAR calls.
It's terrible, man.
The thing is, I don't see this as much in the Portuguese league, bro. There's some horrible calls, but a cleat being touched, accident on touch, and getting red cards. Players now being penalized for multiple games because of, it's out of control where VAR is compared to other leagues, in my opinion.
Nah, because I think the Arsenal decision was, man, it's brutal. It's for a club that's in 10th place. Man, you know what I mean? You're fighting to get back into European. That's just not a red, man. It's just it's not even. If you want to call a foul, if it's slighted, you can give the pen if you really want to. But at that point, bro, David Luiz, he's not even looking at the player, bro. He's just running. Like, his leg never changes any type of way to make the contact. Like, it's literally, he did not mean to make the contact. Like, I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm not saying that because David Luiz is one of my favorite players. There's not meant to be contact there, bro. He's just running. So I don't see how you give a guy a red card, especially to a team because this is a team that's not, you know what I mean? They're not in the best place, bro. And now you just shit on them, not for this game, but you also lose David for the next one. I don't know, man. I think it's tough.
United as well, because that same day they gave the exact same second red card. I mean, I know it was late or whatever, right? The second red card, the first one I don't even want to talk about. If it's a red card, it's a red card, it's whatever. But the man was literally trying to avoid contact. You can see him, bro. If you want to give there's contact, I understand. Give the pen, bro. But that, in at least in my opinion, is not a red card. And I feel like because of the technology that we have, right, with VAR now being in football, I think they need to rework the rules because the rules, dude, even at offside by millimeters, bro. Like, let's be honest.
Look,
if this was involved, like, there's been so many years.
Let me ask you a question.
It's
real quick.
Right
I don't want to cut you off. Let me ask you, because a lot of people are saying it's a clear red. So let me ask y'all a question real quick to all the people watching live, because I do want to get you guys involved a lot. If the ball is kicked in the box and it goes directly at someone's hand, but the hand's against the body, he doesn't move it, is it a red? Is it a penalty? If the ball is against the body and the ball comes flying and it hits the center back in the arm and it hits his arm, but he doesn't move the arm, is it a penalty?
No.
Okay, so if David Luiz is running in a straight line and he never moves a leg to make a foul or puts an arm out and there's a collision, how is it a penalty? If the hand is incidental, how is a person tripping over another person not considered incidental? To me, I can't comprehend how in any way, shape, or form you can see David Luiz attempt to make a foul there. The dude, his back of his heel hit David Luiz in the knee. That means his leg was the one that was up and come and made the contact.
Right.
Like, and it's and to me, to give a red, I know it's the last man, but I just don't know if there's a foul there. And this is us speaking as like neutrals. I don't know if there's a foul there. I don't see, people are saying it's different. I get that it's a different concept. I'm just saying, like, how everyone's saying it's a clear foul. I don't know, dude. I just don't see him attempt.
Bro. And in the laws, like, I get it, right? Like, how the laws were, this is what I'm trying to say. This is why I'm going.
You think that contact was meant or incidental?
I think it was accidental contact, and it just happened. Like, was it intent? I don't think there was any intent behind it. So
I don't think there was neither.
I think if you want to go by law, I think it's a pen, but I don't think they should give a red for that, because I've seen worse play in the middle of the pitch where players will literally punch a dude right square in the nose and not even get a yellow card, but they say it's an accidental hand flying, this and that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this in the beginning of the year with VAR as well, they were giving crazy, stupid penalties with handballs, and then they changed the rules.
I just think okay, you have to call a foul, right? Because there is some type of contact, but I think it's incidental. How can you give a red when you can see it's injured? Everyone, like, to the guys watching live, give me a 1 if you thought that was incidental. Give me a 2 if no. I think everyone could see
it was
accidental. Yeah. I think it was completely an accident, bro. So how do you give a red to that? I get you give the pen, but how do you give a red when you can see? First of all, bro, David Luiz is not that slick. Have you seen the way he fouls? When he fouls, he takes a person completely out, bro. Like, I've watched David Luiz since I was a baby, bro. I've seen this guy since he was 17 years old walking into Benfica. This guy don't know how to foul nicely, bro. This is like a Pepe type player. When he fouls, he almost breaks people's legs every single time, bro. To me, I don't know. To me, I just don't see it. This is what I want to get at, and this is and we're gonna switch conversations to FIFA in a minute. I want to say this to all my United fans listening. You guys are having a fantastic year. Congratulations on your 9-0. This is not me being harsh on your club. All I'm saying is this. You guys are in a great position because of COVID. Y'all need to build off of this, but don't get blinded by the fact that your squad's not there yet. That's my opinion. And I hope the stupid board, because I think United has one of the worst boards in the world. I hope Barca and United, I think their boards are terrible. I hope the board doesn't sit back on the couch and go, wow, look at this. 9-0 wins, we're in second place. I hope, because this board already sucks, Jay. I hope they go, this squad is good enough. Your squad is not good enough to win the Prem in a regular year.
Just imagine, right? Let's just say things go the right way. United ends up winning the league. If they don't spend money in those positions that we were talking about, and other positions probably, because some players might be going, whatever. If they don't get a proper center back and they don't get a right wing, even if they win the Prem this season, just remember, COVID eventually is going to be gone. It's going to go back to normal seasons, and that team
let's just keep
it's not going to be that good. But the board sees progress and sees them winning, and we don't have to do nothing, bro. Let's make money instead.
Let's just all keep it 100, because I'm not here to bash United. I'm just going to keep it like this. Leicester's 2 points away from United.
Yes.
So it ain't hard to be in the top 3. I'm not taking a dig at Leicester. I'm just saying, when your teams like Man City, United, Liverpool, and you have this type of money, Leicester's 2 points off of this shit, bro. Leicester's 2 points behind United. So United's not having this crazy awesome season. They are having a great season for what the year is. What I'm saying is, hopefully the board doesn't sit, if the season ends today and they get second, they make Champions League football, I hope the board doesn't sit back at United and go, man, what a fantastic year we had. We don't got to spend. We don't got to look at the manager situation. We don't got to look at nothing because, man, what a fantastic year we had.
Be real. If the manager gets first place, or even if they finish,
he's not going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere.
If he ends top 3, he's not going nowhere, and that's fine. Don't let him go nowhere. He's fine. That's good. You can see that the players are at least playing for him. But if you think that this back line is a premier, guys, I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I grew up watching this team. I'm not a United fan, but I'm very critical of United because I watched them my entire life. If there was any team I had to support in the Prem, it's either United or Liverpool. It's the teams I watched the most, bro. I didn't watch Chelsea. I didn't watch City. I didn't watch Arsenal. I watched United every single day after school, and I watched Liverpool. And I watched United a lot more than Liverpool. And if this is the standards that United is at now, because I grew up watching United, this is not a good fucking standard.
No, and this is why I'm so critical of them and I talk so much crap, is because we're used to, and I don't know, man, like it's the nostalgia feeling, right? We've talked about this in my stream. Like I feel like back in the day, football was just so much, like I feel like the players were better, bro. I feel like there was more better players are spread around everywhere. And now not so much. It could be nostalgia, but this United does not compare to old school United.
You're never gonna get that. United's always been a team that even when they didn't have good players, they find a way to win the league. Man, they won the league with Anderson. I watched that league from every single United. They won that shit with Anderson, bro. Yeah. That was the worst Premier League team I've ever seen in my life, bro. That team was so bad, and they won I don't know how they did it, bro. Who else was on that team, bro? I think Nani was on that team. It was Anderson. No, I know Alex was there. Alex Ferguson was there. Who else was there, bro? That team was full of bums, bro. Was CR7 on that one?
I don't know.
He might have been on that. I know, obviously, Rooney and the boys were there. Those guys are good, but there was a lot of bums on that team, bro. And he still got it done.
You know why? Because those bums worked because the good players were there to push them, bro. And I think nowadays the good players aren't really pushing other players, because if those good players just want, dude, I really feel like mentality of like the society in general is also being affected in sports and stuff. And I feel like people aren't pushing.
West Brown was there. I remember, dude. Yeah, but listen, all I'm saying is this, bro. All I'm saying, I'm not taking digs at United. I'm just saying I hope for United fans that, you know, that your board doesn't look, just give me a one for the guys watching live, United fans. If you give me one, if you agree, where you hope your board doesn't look at this season and go, everything's okay, because they're not okay yet. You know why? Because it's like this, bro. People don't want to admit it, but I'll say it, and I know I might get a lot of stick for this. United's the biggest team in England. I don't care. United, when you talk about if you walk up to a person in France, if you walk up to a person in America, if you walk up to a person in Egypt, and you talk about the Premier League, the first word that's going to come out of their mouth is going to be Man United. That's just pure facts. Around the world, United is the most known team out of the Prem. It's pure facts. And all I'm saying, bro, and Liverpool's huge, bro. Liverpool's up. Look, man, Liverpool has trophies up the wazoo. I'm not taking nothing away from them. All right, their history is incredible. I'm just saying, this is Manchester United we're talking about. You know what I mean? You need players. You need more players, because, bro, 13 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. That's not great. You have 4 losses. That's not great, bro.
We could talk about every other league. The only league that looks like, and I was going to bring this up because I have all the stats from all the leagues. The only teams that look like they're semi doing what they normally do, Bundes and League One. We don't want to talk about those leagues, right? Because
every league's a disaster. Every league's a disaster. But let me tell you something.
Not to this extent, dude. Like Barca and Real Madrid, 10 points away from.
I know. It's the COVID year. It's the COVID year. But I'll leave the United conversation at this. Okay. Everyone can spit about how much United is doing great this year. Let's not forget about the choke in the Champions League. That's a choke, bro. That's how they didn't come out of that group is a choke, bro. And they're lucky the fans weren't in the stadium at the time, because they would have hurt. They would have been on those players. That's a choke, bro. There's no. I'm sorry. That's a choke. Hey, guys, the guys listening, y'all agree or disagree? It's a hard group. I'm not taking nothing away. It's a hard group. But this is a hard league. You know what I mean? And this is Manchester United. Yeah. Are we saying Manchester United is now under PSG?
That's crazy right
football?
now.
Is that where we've gotten to? That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm so critical about Manchester United, because United, to me, is not under PSG. I don't care if you got Neymar. I don't care if you got Mbappe. You're Manchester United. Bro, you're Manchester. You know who the teams are, like, around the world? When you talk about, like, top 3 teams coming up when we were kids, it was teams like Bayern, Manchester United, and Madrid. Those were like the hot teams back then. You know what I mean? Now you got like the Barca, you got the Barca's obviously huge. They came on massive. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then you the AC Milan's coming back now and shit like that. But United's huge, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let me ask you a question real quick because I know you want to switch gears and talk FIFA, but Arsenal, bro. You saw what Chelsea did, right? And I've been saying this. I don't think Arteta is the man for Arsenal. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think he is. Maybe it's the same thing like Benfica, right? Like, I feel like they have a good squad, or the players on paper look good, but that shit needs to be blown up because it's not working. I don't think Arsenal. Like, I think Arsenal should have probably done what Chelsea did when they saw that man available. They should have probably got rid of Arteta and brought in that manager. And I think Arsenal will be in a better spot, in my opinion. Arsenal, I feel bad for them. It's a club that I actually want to see do well. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I want to see them do well. But they have a squad, and them sitting in 10th, bro, is like, just looking at the table.
Yeah.
Every league,
man.
It's sad. It's sad to see where Arsenal
sad,
have fallen and where their board is as well. Because let's be real, we could talk about Barca board and Man United board. The Arsenal board is atrocious, bro. They literally don't have scouts and stuff. Like, dude, it's nuts, right? So,
but Arsenal is in a spot right now, and I'll compare them to, and people might take me wrong, but before I'm gonna come back to that conversation real quick because I see a lot of people freaking out in the chat, and I'm gonna say it like this, bro. No disrespect to any of these teams. But the fact that we're looking at a team with RB, who's a great team in Germany, they're good now. They're a good team right now. PSG and Istanbul. That's a hard group to Manchester United. We're talking about pure badges, not players. Pure badges. Money, teams, European football. PSG,
and if you're talking about
PSG,
Leipzig, bro. Leipzig basically lost their best player. They have a really, really good Upamecano in the back and stuff. They have really, really good players, but they lost their best player. And now you're telling me that,
so is that a hard group? Like,
no. I mean, PSG maybe because,
it's a hard group now for where the board has gotten United to. It's a hard group. But the fact that we're looking at this and not acting like that's not a huge flop, bro, because they were coming out of that group. The only reason I'm calling it a flop is because they were doing good. They were in a spot to come out, and then they kind of like fell apart. But either way, that's neither here, neither there. I'm just saying, I know United fans are gonna get mad at me when I'm saying it. I'm just saying, I'm not saying United's a bad team. I expect more from that team. And if United fans want to get mad at me for saying that, then that's kind of where United has fallen to. But when I look at that badge, I expect
it's because the era you grew up.
Yeah, because the era I grew up in. I expect more from that badge, bro. I don't think second place finishes are good enough. I don't think I expect more, bro. That's just me. Now, jumping back to Arsenal, I will say this. I feel like Arsenal's in a spot right now where they're in the same spot that Liverpool was in a few years ago, where it's just gonna take time, dude. It's Liverpool went through a little bit of a phase.
They went through, like, all these teams go through phases, bro. But I'm just saying, like, the problem where I think with Arsenal instead of everybody else, and maybe it's just because, like, I'm a Benfica fan. When things aren't working, bro, you get rid of stuff. Arsenal seems to stick with their managers even when things aren't working. Now, if they finish, like, I don't know where Arsenal fans expect to finish, right? Is it good for Arsenal? Just say it was to end today. Is it good Arsenal ending in 10th? Are you happy with that? You're going to say Arteta, the manager is good and all this, but you're in 10th place in the Prem, bro. Leeds is chasing you right now. And they just came up, and talking about Leeds, they're doing incredible, by the way. Happy that they're doing well.
They started the season really nice.
So did Everton. And then what happened to Everton? They just kind of they're in 7th. They're still doing really, really well, but I thought they were going to be doing better as well. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Leeds coming from the second division is literally chasing you and might potentially pass you.
Yeah.
VAR decisions, this and that for Arsenal, but, like, it's not about, you have to overcome that as a club, you know what I mean?
There's VAR decisions, and then there's just Arsenal.
Yeah, just Arsenal.
I mean? Like, you can't. Yeah, the VAR screwed them, but they're in the position they're in because they've just been bad. You know what I mean? And guys, I want everyone to. We're just talking football. We're two dudes that are from the outside. I don't support any team in the Premier League. I obviously look at teams very, very differently than a lot of people. You guys might just be weird when I say this, but I view United and Liverpool very high up in European football. You know what I mean? When I look at the Premier League, I view United and Liverpool really high up. When I look at When I look at Italy, it's AC Milan, Inter, and Juventus. I look at when I look at Spain, it's Real Madrid and Barcelona. When I look at Bayern, Germany, it's Bayern and Dortmund. Like when I look at PSG, France, it's PSG and Lyon. Like those are the teams I've always viewed in every country. You know what I mean? Man City. This is like because again, I came up in a different time.
Yeah, for me, Arsenal, like how you said, United and Liverpool for you, Arsenal for me. Arsenal needs to be in the top, in my opinion, right? Because Arsenal,
I agree.
Growing up, like they need to be in the top 4. They need to be up there. And me seeing them dude, it's the fan base is like, I don't know. The fan base is okay with them performing decently. But I don't know. Maybe they're not.
It's not even okay with it. I don't think, Jay. I don't think it's okay. I think they just got
used to it. They come to the realization that it's not going to happen.
That's why I'm at with Benfica. That's where everyone always says, "Yo, can you give me your opinion? Can I give me your opinion on Benfica?" And to me, it's they're bad.
Blow it up. They're shit. Get rid of the manager. Get rid of everybody, bro. I'm being real with you. I'm fucking sick of them.
They're bad, bro. And that's just where it is. And I'm okay with saying that. Like it is what it is. Arsenal is going to annihilate us in the Europa League. There is not even a question in my mind. They'll eliminate us easy. And that's where it's at. I just, again, man, going back to everything, to all the teams, I say the same thing to the Sporting fans in Portugal. If you guys are listening to me, this is a COVID year. You guys are in first place, and you guys are in first place is good. If you guys think that team is good enough to keep competing year in, year out, you guys are wrong. You need to make sure you get better because I've never seen Porto lose this many games. I'm not talking about Benfica. I'm a Benfica fan. I'm talking about Porto. I haven't seen Porto do this bad since I can't even tell you when. You know what I mean? So the fact that Spartan's this far through is not just based on them doing such a great year, but it's also based off how bad the other teams are performing. So I say to United, you guys are having a good year. I'm not taking that away from y'all, but make sure that you continue to look at that squad.
They need to capitalize on the position that they're in. They need to grab that money, and they need to get more veteran players in there. The young players performing well, bro. We've talked about this, and you've said this multiple times. If there was fans in there, those fans keep teams.
If there was fans,
they keep them accountable, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, I truly believe if there was fans in the stadium right now, Sporting wouldn't be in first place.
I agree.
I believe that Manchester United would be further down the table.
Probably.
And this is the only reason I'm gonna tell you why. And you guys might give me an L, and I'll hold my L. I'll hold my L, and I'll hold it with pride. United fans and even Sporting fans lately, as of late, have gotten a little bit toxic and annoyed of losing. So when it starts to happen, one game, one stupid loss, bang, they're pissed. You get in the stadium, a little bit of booze here, a little bit of booze there. These young players, especially Sporting, these kids are young. They start hearing these boos. Shit would have flipped very quickly. I remind you that Sporting in the beginning of the year did awful. They didn't even make the Europa League. Had there been fans, the fans would have been booing, would have been on top of a brand new manager, would have been on top of a brand new bunch of young kids. Problems. You look at United, they get out of a group that they look like they were coming out of. Next day you go into Old Trafford. Fans are pissed, booing, screaming, yelling because y'all just got eliminated from the Champions League. A lot of times fans can help you up, pull you up, and a lot of times fans can pull you down. You know what I mean? You look at Benfica right now, Darwin, Everton, they disabled their social medias. They couldn't. The fans made them disable their social medias. So I think that at times fans can really, really bring you up and bring you down. And look, there's a lot of players that I think with the stadiums being empty are over. A kid goes into Old Trafford right now at 17 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old. What are you nervous about?
He's not going to be nervous, and he's going to show himself, bro, so somebody pays him.
Yeah, it's just you're playing another game with no fans.
Another
it's just you're
dude.
like, oh shit, look over there. There's Salah on that side. That's cool. I love Salah. That's one of my favorite players in FIFA. You're not thinking like, oh man, I'm scared. But when you walk into, you'll never walk alone, and people are booing, and people are telling your mom she ugly, and they saying that you can't kick a ball when that's different, Jay.
No, it is.
Hey, I'm gonna give you an example. You ready for the example? Hey, and this is the way we're gonna switch into FIFA. You're playing weekend league by yourself. You're losing. What happens? You just get to it, right?
What do you mean?
So you're in your bedroom. You're not streaming. You're playing weekend league. You're losing 1-0. What happens? You just get to it.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Now you're streaming. Now you're streaming and you're playing foot champs and you're losing 1-0.
Oh, no.
Jay,
No.
you suck at FIFA. You suck at
Oh,
FIFA.
no.
You're fat. You're
Hey,
fat. You
I'm
suck
gonna
at
be
FIFA. You
honest
suck
with
at
you.
FIFA.
I play-
Hey, can I tell you something? You suck at FIFA. Hey, Jay,
Dude.
did you know that you suck at FIFA?
Streaming-
You suck at
streaming
FIFA. You
FIFA,
suck. You see what I'm saying?
Dude, I play 10 times better off stream than on stream because like the focus isn't there. No, I get it, dude. I get it with you 100%, bro. Like it's the same thing. Like it's them in your ear. One, it could be the stupidest, dude. It could be like, hey, bro, your brother's ugly, right? You see that and that shit gets in your head and you're done, right? Like you're just done. Now, flip that, right? The veteran players that have been playing for years that are used to the fans cheering them and calling their names. Not playing as well. But they're still performing, but not as well because why, dude? They feel like they're fucking 15 years old again trying to make it instead of being the superstar that they are. Everybody chanting their name, right? So this year, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. They should have canceled a lot of the tournaments. They should have just played like the actual leagues itself and been done with it. Also, because of COVID, this is going to hurt players in the future, in their career, and it's also I don't know, man. It's gonna destroy football. Less players are gonna play for sure, in my opinion.
Do you think there's a lot of players that are showmen? And what I mean by that is like they play so hard just to show off for the fans.
Yes. Dude, I think anybody does, bro. It's like you want to show, like you remember. I think players will know they're being filmed, but bro, when you have those, like if it was me, even when I'm doing well on stream, bro, you get boosted. People are like, oh man, you're doing so. You get boosted by that. You get what I'm saying? So players are going to always play better, bro. It's like when you see. I mean, you got a fiance. It's different, right? When you're trying to show off for a female, right? Like you see her, you're gonna your chest comes out a little bit more. You feel a little bit better. You get what I'm saying? So
when I knew Ray was watching my stream, you know, I'm buttoning my shirt a little less.
Like this,
a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Out a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
I would spray cologne on like she could smell me. I was like, oh shit, she's watching my stream. Watch this shit. Let me put some cologne. She could smell me. She can't smell you through the screen, dog. What are you talking about? Why are you putting cologne? She can't smell you. It's different. Bro. It hits different, bro.
It's
different. And that's what I'm saying. And look, man, I'm not taking no shots at any team that's like performing anywhere. But when you look around the league, Sporting, first place, Atletico Madrid, first place, United, Barca, not performing, Benfica, Porto, not performing. Over there in the other league, Liverpool, not performing. Like Liverpool, it just dropping points left, right, and center. And we can't.
I think Liverpool is injuries, bro.
But we can't just blame Jay. We can't just blame VVD. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point, then you're saying a team is only revolved around one player. Spurs is very heavily.
Like you could say that, but City right now, they weren't doing so good. They got Ruben Diaz, which I'm fucking mad we lost him because if we had Ruben Diaz, our team wouldn't be looking the way they're looking right now. I'm just
probably would because we're trash. But they've lost Kevin De Bruyne now. How long hasn't Kevin been out? And they're still winning. And this is what I'm saying. That's a championship team.
They're not conceding goals.
Yeah, but they're a championship team. And when you're a championship team,
bro, there's still a lot of dude. The thing is, this might
over.
Flip.
This shit, guys, this ain't flipping. Hey, I'm telling. I would put so much money on the line. This league is over. I'm sorry, bro. This is over.
Who's winning? You think it's staying like this?
Jay, it's 6 points. It's 6 points. Okay, and can I say something? 6 points from United. Now you might be like, oh wow, 6 points is nothing. Yeah, 6 points is nothing. But when you lose to the last team in the Prem.
Oh, I agree. That hasn't
6 points is a big deal. United drop points where they can't drop points. That's to win championships, you must. I always say it's not about the big games, bro. You gotta win those small games. And they lost points. That's a tough loss of points, bro. A tough loss of points.
I think City will, even though they lost, whoever I think City will finish.
I think they lost Kevin De Bruyne for a few. I think Kevin's still out. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Like hopefully KDB comes back. I don't see City losing their spot. They might end up in second, but I see Liverpool climbing. I really truly do. I see Liverpool climbing. I see Chelsea climbing. I see Arsenal probably dropping because they're ass, and I see Spurs dropping. That's what I see.
Also, one more. Do you know how this works, guys? In Portugal, it comes down to head to head. In the Prem, does it come down to head to head or goals scored if they're tied on points? Because a lot of people are saying it's just 2 games. If they're tied on points, does it come down to goals scored? Because who won the game between United? Have they played each other? United versus City? They tied 0-0, right? I think they tied 0-0. Okay, so it's the goal difference. So as of right now, it's a 6-point difference.
Yeah, that 9-0 helped United like crazy, by the way.
No, the goal difference. Goal difference right now is Man City 26, Man United 19.
Yeah, that 9-0 helped United like crazy.
Not only is it a 6-point gap, but then the goal difference is it the goal difference or goals for or goals against? All right, so if it's the goal, so City has the advantage in 2 different ways. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's not just 6 points.
The team's tie though, bro. I don't see a tie happening.
That's what I'm saying. So now you need City to drop 2 losses if they we have to say if they win this game.
And City win this game. And City's behind the game.
So that's what I'm saying. That would be 6 points. If we're just hypothetically saying they win this game. There's 6 points. So now you need City to lose 6 points. So you need them to have 2 losses plus a tie somewhere for City to win the game, to win the league. Unless they can fix the goal difference. Do you see that happening? Do you see them losing 2 games and tying 1? We've played 21 games in the Premier League and they've lost 2. Do you see them losing 2 games and tying 1?
No. I that's what I said. I don't think City. If maybe City goes to second, I doubt it though. I think City might actually win it, bro. Like I really do. I thought it was going to be different at the beginning of the year. I legitimately thought Chelsea could have had a chance.
I thought Spurs were going to win it.
And I thought Spurs were going to win. I thought Mourinho like fixed his team and he was ready to go, and not so much. But City's doing well. They're a game behind. They've only played 21 games. I don't see City, but I do see the top 5 switching.
Oh, it's gonna fly. It's gonna switch a lot. City does have a really bad spell coming up. City has a spell that's just not good, bro. Because they got Liverpool. Listen, they got Liverpool. Then the FA Cup doesn't matter. They got Spurs right after that. Spurs are in a terrible place right now, but it's still Spurs. You could say Liverpool's not in a good place, but they got Liverpool. Still Liverpool. They got Spurs. Spurs good. Spurs. Everton. Arsenal. Bro. Yeah,
like me, if I'm a betting man, if I go and I bet, that's when you're supposed to come in and do your thing. I would definitely bet on. Definitely probably going to be 1-1 to City and Liverpool. That's what I think. What I think. Listen to what I'm saying. Well, 1-1 is going to end as a draw. I think City's beaten Spurs. I think City is beating Liverpool, and I think they're fucking smashing Arsenal.
Okay, so let me ask this question. Let me ask this question. And this is for everybody listening at home. People in the live stream, answer this question for me real quick. If Man City comes out of this next 4 game spells, right? 3 wins, 1 loss, do they win the league? I say yes. If they come out of Liverpool, Spurs, Everton, Arsenal, and they win 3 of them and lose 1, they win the league.
Yes, I think
hands down. If they come out of this anyway, they come out of this 4 points ahead of United in any way, shape, or form, just 4 points ahead of them, it's over. It's completely over.
The thing is, like, again, and this is going back to the whole like United being in second. I know this seems like we're talking about United a lot, but they're in second place. You're supposed to talk to them about them a lot. I'm being real with you, bro. I don't have confidence, and I don't know, like United fans might. I don't have confidence in your defense. I think you will probably draw or lose to Everton. They got Everton coming up.
Let's see their next 4. Let's see their next 4.
Like their next is easy. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. They got Chelsea and they got Everton, and then
no. Everton easy.
No. I didn't say that. I think it's gonna be a draw. It's got easier than City does.
Okay,
they're definitely easier than City.
Do you think Everton's not an easy game in my opinion? Do you think West Ham's an easy game? Do you think West Ham's an easy game?
No, I think it's going to be a tough game for them.
Oh, wait, that's FA Cup. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. West
Brom,
that's
not FA Cup.
Yes, it is. The West Ham game is Everton. They got Everton. They got West Brom. Then they got Newcastle. And then they got Chelsea. So their next 4 is Everton, West Brom, Newcastle. All right, so I see them tying Everton, maybe, beating West Brom, beating Newcastle, and losing to Chelsea. If Chelsea continues in this form. But maybe they beat Chelsea. I don't know, dude.
The Chelsea, I don't know. We'll have to see with Chelsea. I don't know because we haven't had enough time.
United. Oh, it's coming up. I can't wait, bro.
It's coming up soon. The real thing is, like, because of what happened with them playing, Sheffield at the bottom of the table and losing, right? And losing to that, I don't know how you can look at going into West Brom. And I know, like, Newcastle's not doing, like, I don't see how you can have confidence in that team.
Fluke, Jay. That was a fluke. That loss was a fluke,
bro.
That's a fluke. It's a fluke. It happened. These things happen, bro. Benfica lost 3-0 to Boavista. They have barely won a game this year. It's a fluke, bro. These things happen.
Like, dude, even
it's
like
a fluke, bro.
Winning by 1 goal to these teams, bro. I'm sorry, dude.
It's a fluke. The only reason I'm saying that City will win the league is because as up and down as this season has been, they've only lost 2 games, bro. And Jay, and the most important stat, and guys, you can give me a W. You can give me a W or no for this. Yeah. This is the most important stat, and this is why I tell you that Man City's winning the league. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Goals against 13. Goals against United 27. Yep. Goals against Leicester City 25. Liverpool 25. West Ham 28. Chelsea 23. Everton 25. They've suffered 13 goals in 21 games, bro. That's nothing, bro. 13 goals in 21 games.
That goes back to what I was saying. I don't have, like, you can look at Man U's schedule and it looks easy compared to City's right now for the next 4 games.
That's
and even
not
if you
easy.
Man U's?
Sorry. It looks easy compared to Sorry.
Very, very easy compared to City. The problem is that defense.
Yeah.
I trust City's defense. I do not trust Man U's defense. Yep. They are going to lose points in those shitty matches. Those matches that they're supposed to win, they will lose points. And where City will not, they might.
You know what I think Arsenal's City's hardest game is coming up? I think the hardest game for City coming up, besides Liverpool, is the Arsenal game. Because I think at some point, Arsenal, it's going to have to hit in Arsenal, bro. Arsenal can't lose much more, bro. It comes to a point in the season, if Arsenal, especially during COVID, Jay, if Arsenal does not, you do not understand how important Europa League football is to these teams right now. I mean, European football. This extra money that you get from European football is a must in a pandemic. It's a must, bro. They're losing so much money. So at some point, Arsenal is going to have to click, bro. And they're going to have to get it right. So I think that the Arsenal game, because again, Arsenal's going to have to click, bro, because they have to get European football. I think this is the biggest year to get European football. Chat, would you guys agree with me that this is really big, bro? Because you're losing so much finances in no fans and all this stuff.
I thought this was the year, because of COVID, that Spurs would actually have a chance to be at the top of the table.
Me too. I thought Mourinho would have done it.
Of Mourinho and his experience, I thought that he'd be able to be up there.
Me too.
Again, things work differently. You know, West Brom's at the bottom of the table, but again, bottom of the table has proven to give Man U a problem, and this is where I believe City will do fine in their next games, and United will crumble. That's what I think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, bro. Like, I'll take the L there, but that's what I think.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people think like you, bro. I think everyone in the world right now. There's a few teams like. I would say Sporting. I would say United. I would say I'm trying to think of other teams, but I think Porto Benfica fans are waiting for the Sporting crumble. It might never come, and I know type of one. If you're an English fan, that's waiting for the United crumble. They're waiting because everyone is expecting it, but it might not come, Jay. And the Sporting one might not come, and the United one might not come. But I'm telling you, we're all expecting it because it's what has happened lately. Now, is it going to happen? Probably not, but everyone is expecting. But either way, we switched gears, and that conversation went way longer than I thought it would, man. We got into the Prem.
Is Messi staying or leaving, by the way?
I think Messi's leaving, bro.
Me too. I can't wait to see it happen.
I feel before we switch, I feel bad for Barca fans, man. I feel like Barca fans
I don't.
But I feel like Barca fans are a team that man, it's a shame, bro. It's a shame that a team like that is going in the direction of it's the same thing that's happening at Benfica, Jay. And I hate to see it. Like, you have fans wanting the board out, and then at Benfica you just have, every time Benfica loses a game, it's Luis flip out, out, the president's got to go, the president this, and it's tough to see when
the board had a bunch of mistakes, and then I can see why they're mad.
No, I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I never like to see the fans just go against. I just think I don't like to see fans go against the the team in any way, shape, or form. Obviously, you want the best for the team, but teams go through ups and downs, bro.
With Barca fans, this is the thing, and maybe I could be wrong, bro. Maybe this is just being biased towards those. I think a lot of people that are fans of Barca, I'm talking about the younger guys, right? I'm talking about the younger guys. The guys that are fans of Barca are fans because they like watching Messi, and without Messi, they wouldn't be Barca fans.
They definitely have a lot of Barca fans that became fans of Barca because of Messi. That's pure facts. But at the end of the day, I think that Messi's gonna leave Barca. I feel like, and Barca's gonna be in such a bad spot, bro. I don't know.
They could have been in such a good spot, bro. They could have sold them in the summer, used money to fix up the team.
But even then, no, because you know what the problem is that board that was there before they left, they didn't know how to use the money. That's the problem. That's where we're at right now. That's why they're in this spot.
Where do they waste the money, bro?
What do you mean, bro? Felipe Coutinho was a terrible set transfer. Dembele was a terrible transfer.
Yeah, but before that, where do they spend the money?
Smith, even though they got money back, that was a bad transfer for them. I can't even give you Griezmann was a bad transfer. I can't even give TOTY was a bad transfer. He was on the bench forever. I think he might still be on the bench.
He got hurt. His knee messed up, and he was good until he got hurt. And then now he's
he was on the bench. No, he was on the bench in the beginning. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even hurt. He was just on the bench. So
I thought he was hurt.
You look at they made money back for Nelson Smith. So you look at the grand scheme of things and name like people can say, oh, Griezmann, like I see people saying, oh, Griezmann's carrying now. Okay, Griezmann started scoring a couple goals, but before 3-4 games ago, every Barca fan hated Griezmann. And they said that it was a bad buy. Now he scored a couple goals and he's carrying, and now everybody loves him again. But
you can't literally say carry, bro, when you're 10 points away from the leaders, dude. Sorry.
The facts of this, right? They for me, right? How do you let someone like Suarez walk out your building?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
All right, like these Barca fans talk so much down upon this guy. 16 games played, 14 goals, 2 assists. There's not really much more to say, bro.
Bad. Like very bad decisions in my opinion, bro. They could have got rid of Messi. Just listen to what I'm saying. If they would have kept Suarez, got rid of Messi, Suarez wouldn't have gone anywhere. Use that money to build through the fact that they weren't paying their players. Like management was so bad from the top down at Barca that it's sad to see. And I think Messi would have left. It would have been sad for those Barca fans that don't want to see Messi leave. It's just like the Real Madrid fans now with Sergio Ramos. They're hella pissed off. They're like, oh, we're doing them dirty. It's a business move. When players get to a certain age, you don't want to pay them money. That's what it is. But they could have made money on Messi and could have propelled them into the future. But instead, they're not going to make any money. His ass is probably going to walk, and Barca's still going to probably be struggling for a couple of years, in my opinion.
I don't know if I ever would have let Messi leave. I think I would have done everything to make Messi happy, right? Because it's the same thing as Real Madrid. The facts of this, that president should have got on his knees and kissed Ronaldo's ass and been like, yo, we need you here. Don't leave. We like you. We love you. Stay. Why? Makes too much shirt money. Put so much attention on your league. Put so much attention on your team.
Probably would have got you more Champions League trophies too.
Maybe you win more Champions Leagues. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Messi and Messi and CR7 are players you don't let walk out your doors. I don't care, bro. I'm sorry. People could say, Madrid fans can be like, oh, we're fine. We won a league without him. That's fine. You guys still won without him. But these are two players that, in my opinion, you don't let walk out your doors because these players are not replaceable. So
if you can hold on to their contracts, yes. If you can't, you get rid of them. You make your fucking money.
Because at some point they made Messi not happy. So he's not going to resign. If he doesn't resign, he still might resign. But at some point they made him not happy. So that's the board. The same way Ronaldo left because he didn't like the president. I'm pretty sure that was the conversation there, right?
There was problems there, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he didn't like that dude. I think they had like a little bit of a whatever. I'm pretty sure that was the conversation before he left. But listen, is Barca fans, is Griezmann your number 9? Your number 9? Is that what he plays? Is that I don't know if that's exactly what he plays. I don't know if he's not your number 9. So what is he? Who's your number 9? Who's the number 9 over there? Who's rocking number 9? He's on the left wing. All right, everybody's saying he's on the left wing. All right, so nowadays, right? So his stats right now. Okay, not true. Okay, so he's playing left wing. Okay, you have a different. Okay, the other dude's playing. Martin's playing number 9. Okay, so 19 games, 6 goals, 4 assists. That's what Griezmann's giving you. for me, I personally think I can't tell you Barca's last good signing. I don't think. I don't think at the time. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. I don't think at the time that they signed Antoine Griezmann, it was smart. You had Suarez, you had wingers. It didn't make sense when they signed him. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I look at the situation, I say, you know, what have they signed in a long time that's been good? Frankie de Jong.
De Jong is probably the only one.
And I don't think they know how to waste money, Jay. So I think even if they sold Messi, they wouldn't know how to waste the money.
You know what would have been interesting? Instead of going after Greasy, and this is like, you know, everything gets switched around. Like, I wanted to see, me personally, I wanted to see João Felix go to an attacking team like a Barca, right? So imagine instead of
I would have loved it.
Yeah, me too. Instead of Aleti buying João Felix, if Barca would have bought João Felix, let him play behind Suarez for a while. You know, they're not going to trust him right away. He's going to get better, and the kid's already creative. And boom, you know what I'm saying?
That would have been W.
You're looking for the future. You know what I'm saying? The problem is that, in my opinion, Barca is still living on the past of these past players and not looking to the future. Yeah, they've bought in some younger guys. They got De Jong is probably the best signing, in my opinion, that they've gotten in a really, really long time. They made a lot of poor decisions financially, you know, Coutinho and all this stuff. And Coutinho was great going to Bayern. You know what I'm saying? I bet he's pissed off that he had to come back to Barca. But I just think there was a lot of bad deals that happened, or bad management from the board.
The board that was there was terrible. And it's put Messi in this situation to where Messi, dude, in my opinion, Messi loves Barca.
I think he hates Barca, bro, with a passion.
No. You're saying it wrong. You're saying it wrong. Dude, there's a difference between loving a club and then the business side of it. He's a business person, bro. Like, he has to think of how does he go about his career. Him and Ronaldo want to break records, bro. And Barca hasn't put him in a position anymore to do that. So for his career, it's better to walk away. But I don't think it's anything to do with Barca.
I think he likes the badge, bro. That's not what I'm trying to say. I think he loves the badge. I think he loves Barca. I don't think he wants to be there anymore, and I don't think he's happy with the direction that they're going in
because of that old board. Like, I'm telling you, bro, they've bought nothing, and all of his help they got rid of. I watched the Barca fans, and Barca fans, you might say I'm lying, but I watched you guys slay Suarez and say he was washed, and say he was terrible, and say he wasn't good anymore. And he hasn't been good for a long time. And he is literally dominating at Atletico Madrid, and they're in first place. So I watched it happen, bro. I watched Suarez miss a couple goals, and Barca fans go mad on Twitter that he's washed and he's not supposed to be there no more, and they need this and they need that. And he's literally carrying a team 100%. So I just think that board made poor decisions, and they're going to make another poor decision if Messi gets out of it. The same way I say that Real Madrid made a bad decision by letting Ronaldo go. I think that was a bad decision for Ronaldo, because I think Ronaldo will never get another Ballon d'Or when he left that team. I think if he stayed there, maybe he did. And I think if Messi leaves, if he picks the right team, he might get another Ballon d'Or. Like if he goes to PSG, could get a Ballon d'Or because he'll score so many goals over there. He'll get so many assists over there. And he'll probably go to Champions League final again if they keep Mbappe and Neymar and they stay together, if it's like a big three like that. And he probably wins a Ballon d'Or because of that. But that's the only way. Ronaldo picked the wrong league, picked the wrong team.
I think Ronaldo picked a league where he thought he was going to fucking dominate.
Nah, he picked the league based off of that free kick, off of that bicycle kick, bro. The way the fans treated him after that bicycle kick that he scored, when he scored it from Madrid and knocked them out, the fans clapped him when they was eliminating their team. I think he built such a respect for those fans that he was like, I want to play here. Because you have to remember, dude, he stayed at Madrid getting booed for years.
Yeah.
He didn't score for like 2-3 games in a row.
The fan base, I feel like the fan base in maybe I don't know, because you could say the same thing about the English. I just think fans in general, bro. If you're not winning, they're not happy, and they will treat players like pieces of shit. Yeah. And I think also, dude, with the whole like Madrid thing and Ronaldo, like if I'm not mistaken, the president was literally in front of Ronaldo saying that some other player was better than him. Of course, I wouldn't want to be there, right? You know what I mean?
Between Florentino Perez, whatever his name is, and Ronaldo. There was also tax issues with Ronaldo. There's a lot that goes behind it. I personally think that Ronaldo and Barca's back end of their careers. Ronaldo for his own decision. I'm not saying that Juventus wasn't a good move, because Juventus is a great club, but I think it was harder. I think it's easier to score goals in Spain than it is in Italy. And I think for Barca, for Messi, the board, You know what I mean? I think that became I think both bad tough decisions with old age catching up, and then they're not the same. But yeah, we'll switch conversations, man. Anyways, you know, that's the beautiful thing about football, man. Everybody has different opinions. And I will say this, United fans, good luck to you guys. I hope you guys make a good run at this thing. And to Barca fans, I hope very quickly we get to see you guys back on top. I remember a time there when I used to watch the big Ronaldo team. Ronaldo, Zidane, crazy team. Barca's team wasn't really to that standards at that time. It was a good team, but it wasn't to that standards. I don't know if Barca goes back to a point where like the team's not huge no more. I don't know really where they go with it. I don't know what's going to happen. But the great thing about it is Real Madrid's not that big. So
now, because supposedly they're going after Mbappe, and Mbappe supposedly wants to leave PSG. It's all rumors and stuff.
Mbappe's
We'll
not
see
going
what
to
happens.
Barca, bro.
No, he would never go to Barca. He would go to Real. That's what I'm saying.
Madrid,
we'll see what's
Madrid.
going to happen with Madrid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, so we switch conversations, and again, I want to give a big shout out to Midnight, our sponsor for today. A place where you guys, and I'm going to play the video in just a bit. A place where you guys, if you're over the age of 18 years old, make sure you hear that very carefully, and you're in the UK. If you sign up right now using the code Stick Talk, you can get 10 pounds. That's the pound sign, right? Yeah, that's the pound. That's the pound sign.
It's an L.
Yeah.
You can
do all kinds of bets on the most popular esports games, from CS:GO to League of Legends, COD, Dota, FIFA, all the great stuff, man. Again, in the UK, make sure you sign up. I'll play the video trailer for you guys in a little bit. I just want to give a quick shout out to them, and also G Fuel, man. Use our code AA9 at checkout. So we'll switch to FIFA real quick. To talk about Team of the Year.
Talk about what now?
Team of the Year.
I didn't hear you. Okay, Team of the Year. Okay.
Flop or dub?
In my opinion, flop.
It's a tough one for me because
because you packed them.
Nope, not because of that. I think the promo itself was
mediocre.
I didn't like the way they did it. I liked the way it used to start on Monday and it ended very quickly, because it was like one of those quick rushes where it was like boom and it didn't last long. These 2-week promos, it's too much for me. I think like it kills the fun. Like I know this one didn't go for 2 weeks, but I feel like the promos are being dragged too long. I like the quick, like boom. I will say this. This is the first year that everyone kind of had a chance at packing one. Did they do upgrade packs last year like this?
I think they did SBCs, but I don't think it wasn't like, to be fair, I feel like they should have done, like, what I'm disappointed with it is not the fact.
They said, everyone's saying they did do it. They did the SBCs.
No, they did the SBCs, but I don't like the SBCs they did. I wish they would have done player picks instead of some of these other ones. Mm-hmm. The player picks, I think, are probably the most fun SBCs, because you have a chance to, you see 3 of them, you can pick them. I like player picks. I think those are the best SBCs in the game. I don't care what promotion you're doing, but player picks during Team of the Year would have been a lot more fun as a consumer. And I also feel like they missed out on some hits on some players that should have been there that weren't there. So other people are upset about it. I don't like the weights of them, bro, because I know me and you have talked about this, but the fact that I did 300 packs plus money and I didn't get close to one is crazy. I feel like you have to do so much to get your hands on these cards.
Yeah.
And again, it's only 11 players or whatnot without the honorable mentions, or 12 players, but I don't think it's a fun promo. I'm more excited for the future stars than I am Team of the Year. I've always been though.
I'm terrified for future stars, because they're gonna ruin it. They're gonna ruin it because if you can ruin Team of the Year, you can ruin future stars.
I don't think they will. I think it's gonna be good.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. You know how hard it is to ruin Team of the Year?
No, because of the promo. I don't know. I never cared for that promo too much. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, but it's a promo in FIFA it's a quick bang. That's what it used to be, bro. People used to get really sized, and this thing that EA's doing of spreading it out is ruining it. So
I've been doing it for the past 2 years. I haven't liked it either.
So I'll talk about the GOAT, Castro, man. You look at his stream. Castro's stream used to be, the way it was set up was perfect. Like you would see like this huge peak of viewerships, and it would last, the high numbers would last a lot longer. But because they spread it out so much, by the time the weekend was done, because the first day Castro got up to 150,000 viewers.
Yeah.
And then after that, towards the back end of the promo, we saw him back down to 50 because of which 50 is still remarkable. But had they kept the promo the same, he's probably over 100 the whole year. But what I'm saying about the spread of it, people lose interest in these promos very quickly because of how long they last, bro. Like, I just feel
this is the reason why I never liked Team of the Year. I don't like the fact, you know what I wish would happen? Like, I'm being real with you. Keep it 2 weeks. Drop the whole fucking team at once. I hate the 3 days and the next 3 days and the next 3. I hate it, dude. I hate it. Drop the team. Let me do my like, the fact that I have to wait. Like, if you're a person that's been holding packs and you're waiting until the last couple of days of the promo to open up your packs is the most annoying thing to do.
That's the best part. That, like, Jay, I come from a time where, like, the reason I like Team of the Year now is because you get a shot without wasting money. Because I come from a time where
you had to waste a bunch. Yes,
you drop a couple thousand and you walk away with nothing, and there's no upgrade packs there. You just walk away with an empty bank account and no SB. I come from a time where you couldn't get them untradeables. You either pack that bitch or you didn't get one. Now you're living a time where you see a lot of people getting these things from untradeables and this and that, but the pack weights are still too low, 100%. But for me, I just think that the 2 weeks on promos and even the longevity of this Team of the Year, because again, Team of the Year used to start, like, quote me if I'm wrong, it's a Monday and it would be done by the weekend. That was it, bro.
I think it was too. It was
I think it started Mondays.
Days of one, and then
it was Monday. You would get them for 2 days, and then on Wednesday it would switch, and then on Friday. And then it would switch one more time, and then Friday it would be all of them until the end on Sunday, and that was it. And then Team of the Year was in and out, and it just felt really hyped the whole time. And I feel like by the third day of Team of the Year, the hype was kind of gone.
It's the same thing with the, like, I don't mind the 2 weeks, right? Like, I don't mind the 2 weeks with the promos. I don't like waiting for Team 1 and then Team 2.
I hate that shit, bro.
I hate it so much,
too,
and it's. Man, I don't know. It's like you have to go at the right moment, or you have to wait 2 whole weeks to even get into the content because you want to see what's coming up next. Just drop the damn team, have the promo go for 2 weeks, and boom. I rather them done player picks for Team of the Year. The fact that people have to literally buy a used car or a brand new car to be able to, if you're going to use money to pack something or open something like 1,000 packs to be able to get a chance at one of these things is fucking incredibly stupid. And the fact that, I don't know, man. I don't want to be hating on EA all the time, but I swear to God, every time there's a brand new fucking promo, it seems like the pack weights they drop the pack weights even more. And the way they can do that is be like, hey guys, it's less than 1%, but like, give us the actual fucking number and let us know what is the actual percentage of it, dude. Because I saw people opening up thousands of 2-player packs or whatever the fuck they were opening, and then throwing in $15,000-$20,000 and getting like 4 or 5 of them, bro. That's insane, bro. Wow. You're buying a car to be able to get a car that you can only use for one. Not even a full year. You can use it for like 6 months, and the new game comes out. It's crazy.
How much is a 125K pack? Is that like
$25, bro? Okay. $25 a pack.
Right. So hear me out. I don't know. Do the math real quick. But on my video, on my video I was recording. I opened 8 without a walkout, and then in 10 I got one walkout, and the walkout was De Gea. In
$25, so $250.
In 10 125K packs.
So you wasted $250 to get one walkout, brother.
So to me that's a little bit weird. But I'm not talking about the weight itself. I'm talking about the promo itself. For me, I felt like the hype died out very, 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 very quickly. I'm excited.
I think it's the hype goes away quickly is because of the whole like waiting, right? You like, some people are like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for the last day. I did that too. Like, I opened some for the attackers and I waited for the last day to go ham on them. But I think it's the whole, I'm telling you, bro, if they were to just leave the promo for 2 weeks and didn't have SBCs rotating, right? Like, different days have different SBCs pop up. And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping like the last day in particular would have like player picks so you can go in. I think if you just showed, like, the team's coming, boom, drop the team, everything's in packs, and let people go ham. I think it'll be more fun for all consumers, like for everybody playing the game, and it still would, and they would still make the same amount of money, bro, because the chances of you actually getting this is like me winning the fucking lottery, dude.
True.
Can I ask you a question? Being real. Mm-hmm.
How are you the best player in the world and not a 99 rated?
Yeah,
Can anybody sit here right now and really tell me that Messi and Ronaldo were on Lewandowski's level last year?
No, the headliner at Lewandowski last year was better, dude.
No. Let me just kind of explain like what I'm trying to get at, right? Like this is a team of the year player that got rated the best in the world. These cards are the best card that can come out in the game, and he got the best. Literally the best player in the world, and they didn't give him a matter of fact. Wasn't Ronaldo and Messi the same rating as him?
I think so, dude. I think they were 98s. No, I'm gonna check real quick, but I think they were both 98 or all three 98s. I could be wrong though. I'm checking.
Was Modric a 99 card?
I think Modric was 9. What year was that?
When did Modric get 99 or 98? When Modric
I don't remember.
I don't remember neither.
Modric sure was 99.
I'm pretty
99.
Sure. So what happened to Lewandowski, bro? All of a sudden, I'm sick of people not putting respect on Lewandowski.
It's dude, the only league, and this is, and I've had a problem with EA with this, and I understand that let me correct myself. The Prem is the biggest league in the world. Anybody, you can't argue that. But the fact they don't put respect on players that are in other leagues makes me so angry, because the fact that a player's in the Bundes or a player's in the Portuguese league, or I don't care, the MLS, and then all of a sudden they come to FIFA and get this huge or come to the Premming and get a huge ass upgrade because they're in the Prem.
Oh, wait till Ruben Diaz. Hey,
literally all day long, bro.
Hey, wait till Ruben Diaz's card next year, my boy. Wait till you're gonna see this.
Just
upgrade.
wait for his future star, my guy. Get ready for it, baby.
I hope it drops tomorrow. No, but
me too, dude. I'm so excited.
I was upset with the Lewandowski, man, because I understand that Messi and Ronaldo are the best players of all time, but Team of the Year is not the best player of all time. No. Okay, so let's be 100% real with each other. Ronaldo and Messi are not the same level as Lewandowski for this Team of the Year. It just wasn't. He went to the Champions League final. He won the Champions League final. He scored a stupid amount of goals. He got the best player in the world. At what point are we saying, oh yeah, Messi and Ronaldo on the same level as Lewandowski for this Team of the Year? I'm not saying as a career, for this Team of the Year. So I think the promo just didn't make sense. And from the outside, it looks so much like a money grab. And the only thing I will say is, because I'm not bashing on EA, it just feels like a lack of for the fans.
I feel like there's a disconnect. Honestly, I think EA as a I don't even know from other games in like, because like Madden does some really cool things with their whole thing, but when it comes to EA FIFA, I think there's a disconnect between what they think or like they like it honestly feels like a money grab, right? There's a disconnect from them to the fan base and what we want to see.
I think they've done a lot of good things for people to get free cards, like from SPCs. It's not really free, but you use things on your thing, like the way you could recycle and stuff. That was dope. But what I say is like the lack of for the fans, like the draft mode. You can't even get good cards in there anymore. Bro, is anything in the game for the fans to have fun anymore?
No, I think everything is rotated. Everything is rotated around FIFA points and around SPCs.
Yeah, but you use FIFA points a lot of times to get into drafts, and you still don't get the fun cards. So I don't know. Yeah. I just see like a lack of like for the fans, in my opinion. But I don't know. I didn't like Team of the Year. I hope that Future Star is good, and I think it could be. We'll end all this off because this thing has been running for a really long time. I'm sorry, dude. The patch dropped.
I haven't played. I'm gonna play tonight. I haven't played.
I'll give you my quick thought. Nothing changed.
I read the patch notes. Let's just be real. I just haven't played.
I will say this: the gameplay felt heavy, so I couldn't really feel it. And I would say EA got this patch right. I give them that. Yeah, well, because listen, they nerfed the bridge only if the person is manually defending and using the jockey button. That's the right way to nerf it. You can still use the bridge against an auto defender, which means that's a perfect nerf. If you were jockeying and someone did a bridge, it slowed you down when you were jockeying. That no longer happens. That's the right fix because you're manually defending. So you can still AI jockey somebody. If someone's sitting there running around with their contact, you could do a bridge right through the defense still. So that's the right nerf. They did that. That's the proper nerf. Other times, like with the step overs, they just nerf it in a way where it's almost not usable anymore. The bridge is usable, but they properly nerfed it. So they need to do what they did with the bridge and nerf stuff properly like that.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? I've been saying this, and we've had this conversation, me and you, personally. I think the biggest problem with FIFA right now is, and I could be completely wrong with this. I think the biggest problem with FIFA is not the fact that the skill moves are overpowered or defenders are overpowered. I think there's only one. I don't want to say one way, but there's more. There's how do you say this? There's more probability for you to win if you play this way only. Like they need to bring back passing, bro. In football, in real life, and whatever. There's multiple strategies, multiple things. I don't like the fact that you can, and I know they nerfed like through balls a little bit or this and that. I don't like the fact that a 5-yard pass can't be made properly with these superstar players, especially with everybody running with the teams that they're running nowadays. But yeah, you can ping a 50-yard pass from one end of the pitch to the other. I don't like the fact they nerfed the passing the way they did. They need to make it where you can play multiple ways and still come out feeling like you're not. You don't have to win the game. Like if I play somebody that's really really good and I lose, bro, I'm like, all right, bet he was better than me, man. It is what it is. I got to get better. But there's a lot of times in this game where I feel unsatisfied playing because I'm playing a certain way that I'm forced to play. Yeah. And then I get, you get what's the word? You get fucked by EA. You know, EA.
I'll say this. What you're complaining about, I know why they did it. And I've been told this by somebody that works at EA. I ain't saying no names. But the pro players told EA Sports, the ones that played the game, that passes should not complete every time.
I know it makes no sense.
So the reason this is happening is because the pro players asked for this. Yeah, so the pro players didn't want every single pass to connect. So this was told to me by an EA employee. 100% this summer. I'm not capping. It's 100% a damn true story. So that's why passes don't connect every time you pass the ball, or most of the time you pass the ball. That's why there's mistakes, because the guys who play the game high up, they were like, yo, passes shouldn't connect every time you make a pass. My problem with that is passes should connect every time you make the pass if you have someone like Bruno with 90 passing, if the person has high passing. If you're running a Renato Sanchez that doesn't have high passing, it shouldn't connect. But it shouldn't be based off if the game wants the pass to connect or not. It should be based off whether the card has good passing or not. So that's my problem with the game. Again, like I said, I think this is a FIFA that's pretty balanced. They've done a pretty good job of keeping it balanced, because you can play a passing. I still play a passing, a very, very heavy passing way. You could play a skill way. I think they nerfed the step overs way too much to the ground. I think the gameplay slowed down a little bit on the step over patch. This patch, I don't feel changed the game too much for me playing last night. Although I did take 2 losses. I hadn't lost in like a week in Division 1. But I think that I think they've done a better job at trying to get gameplay to a good place. But I will say this game will not be fun again to normal people. It's not about passing. It's not about skill moves. Until they remove the comeback on defense, this game will never be played in a fun way again. And that's the end of it, bro. You can nerf as many step overs as you want. You can nerf as many bridges as you want. You can nerf as many passes as you want. Until they nerf the comeback on defense,
I think they're heading to the same way. I don't want to say 20 because this is nowhere close to 20 defensively, but I think they, again, nerf things that, in my opinion, I think passing should be better, and they're nerfing skills on people now. I think they nerf too much offensively and keep the defense too strong when it comes to AI. Dude, I'm being 100% honest with you, and you're a top player. I'm nowhere close to your level. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like if I go manually defending, which I usually do, I'm punished for going manually defending in most situations unless I actually get the ball. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like manually, if I'm being punished if I go manual, I have to play with my CDM, run back, try to get the ball there, and then just turn into the center back right at the right opportunity, which to me makes absolutely no sense that somebody is being rewarded for not playing the game. And I think that's the biggest problem, in my opinion, with FIFA, is that the AI is playing for you instead of you playing and making you good.
I will say this, man, and I'll leave it this. And EA, if you hear this clip, and we're about to end on that, but where we'll drop this is this. I said this back when Foot Champs became a thing, and I'll say it again. Like, man, how do you word it correctly? Because again, it's not in a dig in any way, but you got to stop trying to make this a successful esport.
Yeah,
You have a fan base. You're not Fortnite, man. You're not Fortnite. You're not going to be League of Legends. You're not going to be Fortnite. You have a fan base that loves your game. You have you have one of the biggest fan bases in the world. Your game continues to go up in gameplays. Did you see how many people played in December? It was ridiculous amount of people. Let's make the people happy, and let's stop trying to make the esports happy. Because the esports I understand you're going to get sponsorships and more money. You make enough money off of Ultimate Team. There needs to be a point where money's not your only drive. And at this point, your fan base, I hope I'm speaking for a lot of the fan base when I say this. We don't care if you make a big esport. We don't care. We just want to play a fun game, bro. There's this many people logging on your game every day because we enjoy football, and we just want to enjoy football when we log on your game. And it's not about you guys just getting sponsors or the esports stuff popping off for you guys. It's simply us trying to have a little bit of fun. And that's what I say. That's what I feel inside. I'm somebody who's gotten top 100. I'm somebody who's played the game at a pro scene, and I love the pro scene, and I would love to compete again. But at the end of the day, it's about making the fans of your product happy and then doing more with it. Before I drop a video every day, I make sure I'm putting out what makes them happy, and then what makes me happy and them happy. And then if I want to branch into something else to make that something to make more profit, then let's do that. But yo, make the people happy before an esport. Yo, you're not Fortnite, you're not League. You're not going to get to that level of an esport.
I'm going to be honest with you, League, and I know you want to end, and we keep on talking. We can talk about this for hours, dude. I think League of Legends, and this is what I say to any competitive game out there, you got to separate them. League of Legends, bro, if you want to play on the ladders, you go play the ladders. If you just want to play a normal game, you go play a normal game. Is it toxic? Competitive games are always going to be toxic no matter where you play, but you have a choice on where to play. And I feel like no matter what you do in FIFA, and I know that's why they brought friendlies, but friendlies seems more of like an objective thing nowadays than anything else. I feel like there is no place to breathe in this game. You're literally playing like full competitive all the time, and it makes your fan base, including me who plays this game religiously, annoyed, and then the annoyance just starts to build up, and then it goes into other things. It goes to you getting mad about what players they're dropping, SBCs are dropping, because you're annoyed with the gameplay. I think it's too competitive. They need to move away from that and maybe try other things. Try removing custom tactics and see how that plays out. Because I bet you're the one that said this multiple times to me. Remove custom tactics, play on a balanced game, and the game plays well. If both of you are playing on a balanced game without custom tactics, I'm not talking about instructions, just custom tactics, the game plays incredibly well. It's when you get into the grimy bullshit stuff that they don't, in my opinion, I could be wrong. I'm not taking digs at you guys, bro. I want the game to be better. This is why I say this. They don't know how to fix the problem, right? They try to, and every year we get the same thing, them buffing and nerfing things, but keep the game on balance, remove the custom part of it, leave the instructions, and I think the game would be more fun, man. Separate it a little bit. It seems like the fun modes, like you said earlier, drafts.
They're killing them off. They're killing off the fun modes to go into foot champs, but then it's just pushing people into competitive. And most people, guys, for you guys listening at home, and for the people in the chat right now, do you really care about competitive FIFA, or do you just want to play FIFA? One, if you care about competitive. Two, if you just want to play. Because for me, every mode that's fun, like drafts and stuff, they've killed it off, man. And now it's all about just playing rivals to get better, to go into weekend league and try to get a better result. So I don't know, man. For me, look, man, the competitive stuff is cool, and I like the competitive, bro. You know what I mean? I want to play more competitive, but there needs to be more fun modes, in my opinion. But guys, we made this podcast run way too long. We almost going on 2 hours. This thing is long. See, this is what happens when you free Jay, man. I want to give a big shout out to G Fuel, as always, for sponsoring the stream. Use code AA9 and check out. More importantly, man, I want to give a shout out to all my UK guys. Hey, listen up carefully, man. If you're over 18 years old, that does not mean 17, 16, 15, or 14. 18 only, all right? Midnight, man. Huge shout out to them for sponsoring today's episode, man. Midnight is a dedicated esport betting platform, all right? Based in the UK, that offers odds on most of your popular esports, such as CSGO, League of Legends, COD, Dota, FIFA, and many, many others, man. So if you sign up right now using Stick Talk, you'll get £10 towards free bets. Exclamation point midnight in the chat. I'm gonna get Jay to shut up for a minute so I can play this video for you guys. So Jay, shut up. Let me throw this. Mute for a second, bro. Let me throw this up and I will tell you when it's done. I'm gonna play this trailer for y'all real quick. I will be right back, homies.
Hashtag ad, dude. Hey, I think you're muted, brother. They're
Oh, I was
saying you're muted.
muted. I
You're
was
muted.
muted that whole time, bro. That's crazy right now. Shout out to everybody listening on Spotify and Apple Music. I was muted right there. Make sure to leave a rating if you listen to us on Spotify and Apple Music, man. That would really mean a lot to us, man. I want to give a huge shout out to Midnight, man. I think I played the ad twice in a row. Sorry about that, homies. But shout out to Midnight, man. UK based place, man. If you guys want to get involved, I know I got a lot of UK viewers, man. Use code Stick Talk. And again, man, I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Jay for being my co-host. And not only that, freeing Jay today. Yeah, chat, I know we spoke for a while there, man, but you know, this stuff, man, is stuff that's close to our hearts, man. FIFA and football.
Can I say one more thing real quick before you finish off? I want to say this. All the football talk we were talking, like real life football stuff we were talking about, guys. Again, my opinions, I'm not hating on anybody's club, just where I think certain clubs are and expect more out of clubs. So please don't get mad. It's just my opinion, bro. I know a lot of people get like butthurt when you talk about their club.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Everybody has their views.
I'm just being, we're just our opinions when we talk about this stuff, boys.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, the amazing podcast. Again, ratings on Apple Music, Spotify, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye.
Take it easy, boys. Peace.
All right, now for my stream. Guys, I'm going to have to end stream and come back. Jay, what the fucking 2 hours, man? Can that even go on Spotify on 2 hours?
I don't know, man. You have to do
a meal.
Opa, que quer que eu faça? You freed me, baby. I got to talk today, boys.
Yo, guys, so I'm going to end. Shout out to everybody watching. I'm going to end and come back in like an hour.
I'm going to grab some.
I think I'm going to end now and then like chill and then come back in like an hour and we'll just play some FIFA and try to learn the new patch. So, yo, big ups to everybody watching, man. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll talk about who's the next guest on the stream later today. Probably like an hour, 30 minutes. I'll be back and then we'll run some FIFA. I love you guys. Everybody say bye to Mr. Stick.
Bye, Stick.
All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate you. I'll be back later. All right. Love you. Oh, wait, let me hold on. Let me rate Ray. I forgot about Ray. Lots of you're still Jay. Don't call me fat, man. We're still live. I'm rating Ray. Get involved.
Real, bro. I'm hungry. What are you gonna eat? You gonna eat?
Nah, I ate already, bro. I'm on a crazy diet.
Me too. That's the problem. That's why I'm hungry.
Oh shit, Sam, I'm gonna eat a carrot.
Oh, that's
all right, guys. Hey, we love you. I'm a Ray. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.